Coming to you live from the Moon IO. This is Optimal Play. I'm Brandon.
I'm Neelan.
And we are playing Line of Fire Burnt Moon.
Yeah, I always tend to get that backwards. I keep thinking it's Burnt Moon, Line of Fire, but there it is.
Right, here it is. I just had one of those moments where I was like, oh, are we going to have to start the video over because I can't remember the name of the game? Been there. But we got there. It doesn't seem right to say Undaunted the card game because Undaunted is first and foremost a card game. Right.
But it's I guess it's like pairing out just the card game element from Undaunted.
Yeah.
Which in some ways it's surprising they don't have Undaunted on the box title, but yeah.
It is. That's actually kind of baffling. Maybe this is getting too far into the weeds before we talk about what the game really is, but that kind of does baffle me.
Yeah.
If you're going to make a game that is so both thematically tied into Undaunted
100%.
2200 and so mechanically similar to Undaunted, a huge hit franchise,
right?
Why do you not put that name on it? Yeah, that's an odd one.
So where we had a map in Undaunted before, everything's being pared down just to these 5 lanes. It's kind of more like a lane battler.
Yeah, it's like I've been playing a lot of Skytear Horde. It's like a lot of Undaunted meets Skytear Horde, kind of. Yeah, or Soulforge, or it does have some reminiscences, some similarities to those games that have distinct lanes.
100%, yeah.
And we are just battling either in a battle of attrition to destroy each other's moss mechs, roves. Roves are the names of most of the units in this, which are, I actually don't know what it stands for, but they're all vehicular.
I do. Remote operated vehicle, I want to say. Okay. I don't know why, of all things, that's stuck in my brain, but there it is.
That sounds reasonable, especially because in this I am not military, I'm hackers. So then being remote vehicles, that makes more sense.
That makes perfect sense.
We're not boots on the ground here.
Yeah.
So we're just playing on these lanes, and instead of combat counters, which is always sort of a weird title for them, but instead of those, some of the cards that we will be adding to our decks and playing, we will be deploying into lanes and then playing more copies of them to activate them. It's all very Undaunted and also not.
Yeah. The ways that it's different are kind of weird, and I think will become apparent as we play it, but it does have the same sort of general idea of you are putting troops out onto the board and then using the cards to activate them to some extent, but then everything is strictly about taking control of each of these lanes, moving things between them, trying to get to 8 victory points,
which is a lot.
It is a lot. Is it you tend to have at least 4 of the lanes, unless I'm mistaken? No, I guess you could
do
a
3, a 3, and a 2. If you have both of your 3-point lanes, you just need one more.
And then the only other win condition is if you destroy all of the moss units, which are the...
If you play Undaunted, they're the riflemen.
Basically, yeah.
All right, well, I think 2 things are left. One is for me to look at the camera and suggest that you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And check out the Board Game Barrage podcast while you're at it. Neelan is a co-host. The orange one. The orange tank.
The orange tank.
It's a prominent color in this game, so it's a good fit.
Exactly.
And then the other thing to do is to flip the initiative card to see who goes first.
I'm the blue faction.
Yep.
That was a terrible flip.
That was a bad flip.
I'm going to redo that.
Oh, man. Okay. That was better. And I'll take that.
Okay. So you have the initiative. Where can we put that? We just put it off to the side.
Yeah, it's what about here, kind of between where you and I will be probably playing our cards. Yeah, that works out. Okay, but it doesn't last for long because we just... Oh, I forgot we're going to be putting cards here. Never mind. We don't have a... I'll put it... What if I put it here? There we go. Works. It just shows in the corner of the screen. All right.
So we do have to put out a moss each first.
Yes, and so I have to start, right? Since I won the initiative toss, and I will play on the top row here. I think this is more ideal for us to be sitting across from each other, but for recording a YouTube video, it works well to sit side by side. So I am just going to jump on these I think just straight into this center 2-point location that is also worth 3 for you.
I think I'm going to do my other 3. It has to be a different lane, so I will pick this one.
Does it?
Yeah, it does, yes.
I missed that detail. Okay.
But so that we're both at least trying to fight over the 3-pointers. And then it's straight into drawing and playing.
Yeah, so we draw our 4-card hand, and basically my initiative reign may be coming to an end as we do initiative right now. Well, with this hand, I might be keeping initiative. Oh boy. Okay.
I think I know what mine is.
I'm gonna throw this one down. Ready?
7.
6. Okay. That's you.
That's me. I will flip this. Then I will start by playing a XED over here.
The closest this game has to scouts, I think.
Yeah.
Or the Undaunted players. Yeah.
If I play that first, I don't have to play interference when I play my moss to that section. Then I will just play my command person to... Wow. I guess I'm going to start by bolstering. So let me do that. I'm going to bolster... I'm just going to bolster 2 moss bees.
And he's reaching for his supply that's off camera. Yeah. It looks a lot like mine that I have sort of squeezed onto camera so that you can see some of it. It is more copies of all the different roves. And yeah, if you haven't played Undaunted, they have no costs or anything. You just grab them as long as they qualify for the card that you're playing. Okay, that was a lot of activity in the lane that I had already staked out as mine. So I don't really know what to do about that though, other than no, wait, never mind. I have my 2 riggers, which one of the things they can do is overclock, play one of my cards twice, but what I don't think I can do is play this and then activate it.
Yeah, so especially at the beginning, like having it in your hand kind of means you're just forced to deploy it.
Yeah, and so I guess I will throw my XZ there, and then I think I'm just going to bolster for 2 A cards and 2 B cards. So, let's see, I have all A on the field so far. I think that my A is going to be more defensive. I'm going to go for a pair of Dakus.
Okay.
And my B will be more aggressive. I'm going to take a pair of Tears.
Interesting, okay.
We'll see how that works out for me. I'm not sure that I felt like when we played once off camera, the Dakus were, like, I made the best use of them. But...
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think having them early, like you're doing now, kind of makes a lot of sense. Get those, like, they build these fortifications, which kind of give you control of the lane. So, like, that felt like it felt annoying to play against.
Yeah,
that was my sense at least. And
it's I am just now remembering that we were talking after our first game about how if you don't bolster mosses early, it could be really easy to go down to the victory condition where you destroy all the other person's moss cards. So I gotta look out for that. But I guess it'll be fine.
It's gonna be fine.
Yeah. Okay, there's my initiative.
Man, it is so tempting to... I think I'm just going to have to do this. Okay.
Oh, okay. It's a 1.
That's what
nice.
Okay, so I will keep initiative. I will then use my Moss A to... is there a smart way I can do this? I don't think there is. Okay, I'll use my Moss A to take control of this section because I have the majority there.
You already
3 points on turn 2.
Already 3 out of 8. Yeah, what was I talking about? That being hard.
Then I will use this to bolster A. So I will pick up 2 more Moss A's.
Yeah.
Is that
arguably what I should have probably taken some more of those?
The thing is, it's like you have a more interesting thing going on where you have like you already have this cool diversity in your deck. I'm just going all in on mosses, but I think I'm gonna stick with it. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll take 2 Moss A's.
All right. And then I have part of why I played an interference for initiative was I had 2 in my hand, frustratingly. But I will play a Moss A here. Since I have that XZ and it has this scout icon there, I don't have to take interference. But I probably will take interference when I play a Moss B over on the left lane. Okay. So I'll take that for my supply. And that's that. Shuffling already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the decks get slim fast, especially when like 4 of my starting cards are now not in my deck. Anyway.
Definitely. The one thing I also noticed actually the first time around is the deck thins out much quicker than it does in Undaunted because a lot of the times the casualties are just coming from either the board or from like your. It's easier to kill things, is my sense, because there's no like dice roll.
There's no dice rolls. You don't fail.
Yeah,
exactly. You literally and we haven't had an attack yet, but another thing that's gone from Undaunted is dice.
Yep.
And you would never take an attack action where you wouldn't succeed.
Exactly.
So there's no such thing as a missed attack. And that's part of what makes, I think, the tides turn fast.
Yeah,
and your deck changes fast because you might think that tier B is like what you're pushing, and all of a sudden they're just all gone.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Or you do the thing that like I feel like we both did early, which is like you accidentally deploy things where you don't even have the cards to control them anymore.
Right,
it's like,
right.
Oh, yeah, no, I need to keep some of these back.
Okay. What am I doing? Okay. Oh boy, this is scary. All right, that card.
I'm not worried about what that might be, but let's just do this.
Interference. Ooh, okay, good. At least you spent a big one.
Yeah, not ideal, but that's okay. I am going to overclock a Moss B, and I will do it to attack your Moss A with my Moss B.
Yeah, you have the majority, so you're using the higher attack value of 3, and it's being simply compared here to my 2+1.
So yeah, so
you're hitting it twice.
Well, no, I'm only gonna use it once.
Oh, or at least, and you might as well. And you don't have to announce that you're doing it twice. You can do it once and see what happens. Yeah. Because I have 2 Moss A's down, which I believe means you're just going to destroy this one since I don't have any more copies of it.
Oh yeah, so you didn't.
But what I do is
you've not bolstered that yet.
What's that?
You've not bolstered the Moss A's yet?
So, no, I haven't.
So that's going to be your only one.
And I can't decide whether I'm happy or sad about that right now. Because if I had bolstered it and it was like in my hand, that would maybe be worse.
Yeah.
But no, I've checked my deck. It's not there. So this one is just off already.
So that is down. And then for the second Moss B action, I will take control of this sector. So,
yep. Okay. That's rough.
6 points.
Yep. All right, but you're playing the short-term game. I mean, you might just win. Short-term might be all you need, but by overclocking instead of bolstering there,
exactly. That it is a little bit of a... Is that the right deck-building move versus, like... The one thing that's interesting, though, also, is that when you take control of something, though, it does give you a majority advantage there. So I feel like getting that control early feels like it puts you on the back hand.
Getting it early makes it easier to hold, yeah. Well, this is... That really did screw with my turn because I have a Daku that I was going to stack there, and now I don't know where to put it. I don't think I want to just leave it in my hand, so I guess I will stack it with my other A's because I don't have Xeds yet to deal with interference if I take a bunch of interference. Yeah, okay. But speaking of Xeds, I can get some now because I have my Rigger and Crew Chief to bolster a total of 4 times here, I think.
Nice.
I should probably get some Mosses so that I don't just lose my last ones and have a short video. So, and then I started with one of each Xed in my deck, right? So why don't I take an Xed A, an Xed B, and a Moss A and a Moss B, I think is what I will do there. Okay, and top of a new round. I could probably use some initiative here. Let's see what we can do about that. All right.
This is kind of where I have some regrets already, but that's okay. Let's do that.
Okay.
7.
1.
Okay.
Well, I feel better about that because none of my cards could be in 7, so at least I didn't throw away a good card.
I think I know what I want to do with this, which is I will command 2, and I am hoping for a card I didn't draw.
Well, that's good.
Well, this kind of puts me in a very weird... I'm going to have to take some interference here, which isn't ideal. Do I just take 3? That feels really harsh. Wow, I probably should have just bolstered that, actually. Anyway, I'm going to play a...
Yeah, that's the second time you've passed on bolstering.
Yeah, probably pretty silly. I will play a Moss B here.
I was going to say, it's not silly if you just have like 2 Moss Bs and can just control this, because then you would win.
I will play a Moss... Oh.
Wait, can you just win?
I think I can just win.
What? Can you really?
Well, because I can Moss A here, and then control it, right?
You have another Moss A?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel so. Yeah, there it is.
Wow. Okay. Well, we'll have to reset and go again.
Yeah.
But okay. Wow. Yeah. So right. That takes control of this. That's 8 points. You can really blitz a win on this.
Yeah, that feels pretty weird. I guess we were just like not countering each other in lanes at all. Which
No, and you took a few more moss cards than me, and then just used them,
which actually really wasn't the intent in retrospect. But like, that's really funny.
That is funny, yeah. And I was probably going to just X-ed and get a tier here and start trying to attack you here and try to get this back from you that way. But I wasn't going to gain any points this round. Definitely wasn't going to wrest control back. Wow, that's wild. Especially after we played this once.
Dramatically different from our
We played this
game.
once earlier, and it was just like over an hour.
Exactly, like this protracted like back and forth. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Let's. You know what? I like short videos.
Yeah.
We'll play another game, but it'll be a separate video that I'll make sure to post it pretty quickly after this one. So that. But I do think that's a really interesting look at how this game can play out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I was patting myself on the back, thinking like he's screwing himself by not bolstering. He's just
gonna like come up badly for me eventually.
And those overclocks and those commands were just all you needed. Wow. Well, good game.
Well,
good
thank
game.
you.
Well played. Thank you for joining, and thank you for watching. I did not expect this video to be like 18 minutes, but here we are. We will be rematching soon, so make sure you've subscribed to the channel and check that out. And I only just plugged it 10 minutes ago with the Board Game Barrage podcast. Is where you can hear more of Neelan.
We're a bi-weekly podcast and
Podlot,
a lot of podcasts. Would love to hear you listen.
Podlot, that should be the plural of podcast.
That should be. Yeah, it should be.
I downloaded a Podlot I can't even say it. Downloaded a Podlot for my trip. All right, we'll be back with more Line of Fire, and I'll get my vengeance.
Bye-bye.
Till then, be optimal.